All my adult life, I felt like no matter how much I do, it's never enough. As a young adult, I made sure on Sunday night that my calendar had something booked for every night of the week. For some reason, I felt like I wasn't doing enough if there were any open nights. This led to multitasking, which I and everyone else in the developed world considered a hallmark of every successful person. In the 80s and 90s, when business and technology really started to explode, multitasking was considered to be a necessary skill. Power lunches where you didn't waste time eating were the norm. Of course, the proliferation of processed foods and fast food supported this model very well. Only in the last few years have I realized what a completely misguided belief I've had. This frenetic pace that I took so much pride in has not gotten me further ahead in any area of my life, and certainly hasn't contributed to peace of mind, body, or spirit. Recently, I've noticed how much mindless eating I do. I have nice dishes and a dining room table, but I haven't been sitting down to eat at the table from a plate. Standing in the kitchen and practically swallowing my food whole has been the norm. Don't get me wrong, the food I'm swallowing is pretty healthful, but it's not serving all of its intended purposes. Part of nourishing ourselves is about the basic act of self-care and self-love. If we think of our actions in terms of what we would allow ourselves to do to another person, things sometimes look a little different. I was imagining what it would be like to have a guest to my home for a meal and serve food in the way I sometimes serve it to myself. Hey, Bob, Sue, I'm so glad you could come for dinner. Here's some delicious homemade soup and rolls. Just stand over there by the counter while you eat it and be sure to brush any crumbs into the sink. If you want a salad, just eat a couple kale leaves and some radishes and a carrot. Saves me getting the nice salad bowls out, and it's the same ingredients, right? Sounds ridiculous, but this is how I treat myself more often than I care to admit. Eating and nourishing the body is worthy of our undivided attention. As Christine Caine says, energy flows where attention goes. If we give our full attention to nourishing ourselves, energy flows in and through us, making us far more able to think clearly and accomplish what is really important. As you nourish yourself in body and spirit this week, think about how you can treat yourself as if you were an honored guest in your home. Notice how much more productive you are when you've been treated like the valuable and worthy person that you are. I'll be there with you, following my own advice. This is Kay Williams of HealthfulReturns.com.